Hey everyone, I'm Pankaj Rai, and in this tutorial, I'm going to talk about Kotlin. If you haven't checked out the previous video which I've uploaded for the Kotlin basics, then I do recommend it to check out. I'll give a link in the description below. So let's start with few more topics of Kotlin. Say I have a for loop. Now, unlike the traditional C++ kind of loop where we have int I equals to 0, then I less than number, then I plus plus, here the concept is a bit different. Here it's like if I want to run from 0 to 100 times, what should I do is like I could say num in 0 to 100, and this will return a value from 0 to 100. Or if I want to run a reverse loop, then I could say like down to 0, and by this way it will run from 100 to 0. Same way, if I do not want to like do just for one times, I need to do it for 2 times or 3 times, and there's something called as step. Then rather than coming like 0, 100, 99, 98, 97, this will be like 100, 98, 96, 94, 92, 90. By this way, it will just go on for the even number because I've defined it like on a step of 2, come down till 0. And same is true for step up also. Like step up means 0 to 100, where I'm specifying like instead of going from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, go with the step of 2. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 like this. Okay, now the another case is like say you have an array list of type integer, and how to do it, like do not go till the end but just 1 minus that. So for that there's something called as until. Now this runs from 0 till 99, and same is true like you have an array list, you can specify size. So by this way this will run till 0 to size minus 1. So you do not have to bother about array index of out of bound exception because this is taking care for you. Another case is like how about getting a value. See, I have this array list and let me add an elements 50, 78, then 86. Now how about getting these elements? With Java approach it was like you run the loop, then array list dot get index and then get the element. But with Kotlin, it's very straightforward. What you can do is like you can give something like in array list. That's it. So by this way, now you need not to bother about running from 0 till size minus 1 because it will be taken care for you automatically. And this is going to return you the individual numbers, whatever this array list is having. That means it's not like you're getting some sort of number, then array list dot get that number. Rather, you directly get the elements, which is really helpful while making apps. Like you can see it's like 5, then 50, then 78, and finally it's 86. But this is really not true all the time. There could be a case where you may need index and the element. How about those cases? So there's something called as with index, and you can destructure this declaration where the first one could be the index and second one will be the number. And now you could print something like the index and then the number. So now this is going to return you the index and number both. Okay, to make it look better, let me add println, and here it is. So index is giving you the index value and number is giving you the value which is there at the particular index. This is all without using stream APIs. We do have a stream APIs also where you can do like arraylist.for each indexed, where you get all this sort of information. Like same thing what I have done here, I could do something like arraylist.for each indexed, and this is going to give me the exact same value. So Kotlin brings lots of capability to the collections with the stream APIs also. Now in this video I'm not going to cover this because it's really a huge topic. Now let's talk about class. So class is really important concept for Java applications, for applications written in Kotlin, because with class we do lots of things. We have properties, we have methods there, and the inheritance concept. So how do we declare a class here? For class, it's again same concept. You have class keyword. After that, you specify the class name, and inside that you can give any sort of properties. One thing here is that unlike Java, whatever you specify here, this is all called as property, which means that you can access this name using the object of this class. But one thing to remember here is that whatever you are trying to declare here, they should have a default value. You're seeing an error, it's all because of that. I should initialize with some default value. And this is true for everything. Either you have an integer, float, double, string, you have to give a default value. Now let me show you how can I access this name. As I said, it's a property, so I can do something like demo.name. That's it. No getters and setters. Getters and setters are automatically taken care for you. If you assign a value to this, it understands that it's a setter, and if you try to print this, you just try to get it, it understands that you're trying to get the value. So by this way it saves lots of code, as your class will be much smaller than before. But there is another concept which is really important: how to create a model class. Generally when we do a network call, especially with the retrofit, you get a response in a model. Or if you want to create a model, then having all getters and setters is going to increase the length of it. But in Kotlin, the same thing is now in just one line of code. For example, if I need to make this as a model, then instead of writing like this, what should I do is that I can write like data class demo. Now I can take this out, because this is going to be as a constructor parameter, so passing a value is completely optional. If you want, pass the value, the default value, otherwise just ignore it. Where is useful if you want to change the value, and if you do not want, if you want it just a one-time initialization, make it val. Once you make the val, then even though you try to change it from code, it's not going to allow you, because you have set it like it's just for the one-time initialization. And you get all the properties of like equals, getters, setters, everything automatically for you using the data class. Okay, so this was about creating a model class. We have created a class, we have created a model class. Now how about the inheritance? So one thing to remember here is, with Kotlin, by default all classes are final. Say that it is having a user and the name with the default value as empty string. So say if I want to inherit this, then what should I do is like class student user. But this will not allow me to do this. As I said, class by default in Kotlin is final, which means that By default, it is like this. So to make this class in her table, you should make it like open class user. So by this way, you can create a class and insert the class. That's it in this video, as I do not want to increase the length of this video. In the next video, I'll talk about the object extensions and the visibility modifier. I hope this might be useful to you understand about the control flow and the classes in Kotlin. If you want to know more about Kotlin, or if you have doubt in a particular topics, then comment it out. I'll check out the comment, and if it is something which is really useful, then I'll make a video for it. So stay tuned for the upcoming Kotlin tutorials and other tutorials. And if you haven't subscribed this channel, then hit the subscribe button, share it to your friends, and like the video.